All right, so a lot of us are suffering from an earlier and more intense allergy season this year. And that's because it's been so dry. The allergens from last year never got washed away. And now, with all these windstorms, they're just blowing around and wreaking havoc. If you were to take an antihistamine, this is the process by which it happens. So, allergens come from the trees and the plants, and they interact with mast cells. These are specialized cells in our body that release histamine. And these histamine particles, molecules, are what is responsible for producing the symptoms of allergies. So dry eyes, runny nose, itchy skin, all that kind of stuff. When you take an antihistamine, what you're essentially doing is putting up a wall between the allergens and your mast cells. Allergens can't get to your mast cells, can't produce histamine. It's a solid system. But there's a downside to it because when that wall is up, these allergens just build up inside of your body. And as soon as that antihistamine wears off, you have a rebound effect because now even more allergens are making their way to your mast cells, creating even more histamine, therefore more symptoms. So now you need more antihistamines and the vicious cycle just continues. So instead of just putting up a wall, what we actually want to do is stabilize our mast cells so that they respond more appropriately to these allergens. And we do that in a few ways. First, through nutrition. Decrease your amount of sugar during this time and also during sick season, like in the fall and winter. This is going to give your immune system and those mast cells a much better fighting chance because they don't do well with sugar. It's very inflammatory to them. But also increase your antioxidants and your flavonoids. Flavonoids are what gives food, especially vegetables and fruits, their color. These antioxidants help support those mast cells. So green leafy vegetables, and then what we say is eat a rainbow a day in vegetables. So try to get all the colors. That's going to be different flavonoids to do more damage or help your mast cells a lot more. Then we want to look to supplements because nutrition on its own, great idea, but can be difficult. So vitamin A, C, and E, great antioxidants, help support these mast cells. Zinc, the best nutrient for your immune system overall. I love this. I take it during the fall, winter, really greatly reduce the chances of getting sick and the severity of it. That goes with allergies as well. Then we love quercetin and bromelain. These are natural antihistamines, but they're mast cell stabilizers. So instead of putting up this wall, we're just making sure that your mast cells are more robust. Stinging nettles, you can get this in a tea, you can get it as a supplement. If you were to touch the plant, it would actually give you the symptoms that, as a supplement, it is treating. So it's going to help reduce all of those symptoms, such as dry eyes, runny nose, itchy skin. And then NAC, N-acetylcysteine. This is the precursor to glutathione, which is your body's most abundant endogenous antioxidant, so the one that your body makes the most. But before it becomes glutathione, it helps thin your mucus. So your body creates mucus to try to trap and expel pathogens before they can work their way into your bloodstream where they're going to cause more damage. But if that mucus gets too thick, then you can't get it up. All those allergens are just going to end up getting absorbed anyways. So NAC thins that mucus so that you can get it out and expel those pathogens before allergens, not pathogens, before you absorb them. Now, if chronic allergies is something that you experience, so this is like a yearly basis or it's all year long, then we really want to look to food sensitivity testing because that's going to be a driver to why you have this mast cell activation to begin with. In the office, we have a wonderful food sensitivity test that tests, I think, like 180 foods. I highly recommend it for everyone because I think it's a basic human right to know what foods are causing you harm and which ones are causing you benefits. Um, all of these supplements you can find online. I made a little um, folder in full script, and the link's going to be right below this video.